welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, or if you are new, please hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell in order to get all your latest updates on when I'm posting, honey, okay? So today, you guys, I thought we would talk about the most crucial question when it comes to your hair, what type of hair you are. Because let's face it, we all don't have the same hair types, and a lot of products don't work for everybody. So I thought this video would help everybody out to know what their hair type is, texture, different ways to care for it, and what you need to do in order to make it have long, healthy longevity, okay? So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are coming out with bangers every week. So make sure you tune in, guys. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, you guys, so the first hair type we're going to talk about is type 1 hair. Now, we're not going to spend too much time on it because type 1 hair is the hair type that has no hint of curls, no wave, nor bend. And if you have any questions about what this hair type looks like, refer to the picture. So this type of hair type, as you can see, is just bone straight. With the straight hair, it tends to get really greasy, especially at the root. I suggest using dry shampoos just to make sure you get a little bit of volume. And I recommend for you to use any hairspray if you want to hold a curl. Now let's move on to where we start to get it popping, and that is a type 2 hair, which is the category of wavy. Okay, guys, so now we're moving on to type 2 hair. Now, type 2 hair tends to be wavy hair, not curly, not like a full 360 curl, but a wave, a kind of ocean type wave. And let's get into the subcategories of that. So type 2A hair is, so with type 2A hair, your hair is fine and thin with a light, loose tassel texture. Tassel texture. Try to say that 3 times, okay? So in type 2A hair, because it's not completely curly, the lack of volume and definition means that products can weigh your hair down. So try to use more lightly type of products such as mousses or even like wavy light gels. Okay, so for type B hair, your hair is mostly straight at the roots but falls into a more defined S shape of waves from like mid length of your hair, of the strand of your hair, all the way down to the ends. So the quick tips about this, if you guys want more definition to your hair, if you have type 2B hair, my suggestion is to just wash it, let it, after you wash it, let it dry a little bit, flip it over, put like a nice, tie it into a nice little shirt, leave it there for about 10 minutes. When you take it out, your curls, your waves will be more defined. Now, for my girls with 2C type hair, your waves are more defined and start at the root. So prior to 2B type hair, the roots were kind of straight, but in 2C, this is when we start getting a little crazy, okay? This is where your curls and your waves become way more defined because it starts at the root of your hair and then goes all the way down with little curls and wrinkles. This texture is typically thick and coarse and is prone to frizzing. We know about the frizz, okay? We know about the frizz. So tips for people with 2C type hair, is good to diffuse wet but not soak hair upside down after washing for more volume. And the reason I suggested that for 2B type hair is because 2B and 2A kind of lack volume, whereas when you go to 2C hair, it kind of is more thick and can contain a lot of volume and is more prone to become frizzy. So because of that, I suggest if you want your curls to be more defined, if you have 2C type hair, that you diffuse the curls and not try to like flip them over and do the little shakedown, because that's just, when you take it out, your hair is just probably gonna be all over the place, okay? Now let's move on to my group, my category, type 3. This is for my curly girls in the room, okay? I am a part of the type 3 hair curly category, so welcome to the club. You are a new member, welcome to the club. So this is where we start getting into less of the wave, and now the hair starts to become a full 360 type curl. So let's start with the first category, which is 3A. So 3A, in this category, you have big, loose curls, spirals similar to the circumference of a thick sidewalk chalk. Like, you know, it's just big, big spirally curls, not so much as tight, but they start to 360 in a very wide range. Your curls tend to be shiny with well-defined S shapes as well. So like I said, remember, your hair can have 2 different types of textures in it. So don't be afraid if you like, oh, I'm kind of 2C, but I'm kind of 3A. I hear you, girl. So for 3B type hair. Okay, so for type 3B type hair, our hair tends to vary from very wide type girls to started becoming a little bit of a corkscrew type of style. The circumference compared to 3A, where they had the bigger, broader curls, like chalk, like sidewalk chalk. For this 3B hair, it tends to be more of the circumference of a Sharpie. So you can see as we start going into the categories, the curls start to get tighter and tighter and tighter. This hair also, this type of hair texture also tends to be extremely frizzy. After we left 2C, the frizz is going to be real, okay? The frizz and the poof are just getting realer and realer. So for my 3B type hair girls, I suggest you use a humidity defying styling cream, especially when it's really humid like today and it's like about to rain and you got that overcast and it's hot and it's humid, especially in the summertime. Use styling creams that are like humidity defying style cream. This way it can lower the frizz but give you that definition. So the final category in type 3 hair is type 3C. Now we're starting to transition into the curly to coily type of hairstyles. It tends to be very dense, lightly packed, again with a corkscrew type of style to it. When the circumference of the curl starts to get really, really tight, and I could say 3C would be compared to like a pencil or a straw. That's how tight the curls are. The shrinkage is real. For all my curly hair girls, we understand how much the shrinkage is real. So the different quick tips that I like to do for type 3 hairstyles in order to keep that definition good is different, braid outs, twist out, flexi rod sets, perm rod sets, anything that allows your hair to have a style when you take it out, but not be all tangly and like knotted and stuff. Bantu knots are good for the style. As soon as you take it out in the morning, you go to sleep, you lay with it. As soon as you take it out, you should have a nice full set of curls that won't, pull out your hair when you go through it. Okay, and the last and final category is for my coily hair girls, type O. All right, so for my girls with type 4 hair, the first category is type 4A. In type 4 hair, your hair the density of your hair tends to be more prominent when we get to the 4 type of hairstyles. And the circumference of the curl itself, like I said, gets tighter as we move down categories. So now in the 4 type category, your hair curls in the circumference of kind of like a needle and are just tightly coiled with a very visible like 2 pattern. So my tips for 4A type hairs is similar to 4C type hair, which is to try to manage the dryness of your hair. Make sure that it is full of moisture, and I suggest products such as anything with shea butter in there, anything that contains mango, just to maximize out your wash and goes when you wake up for the next day. So like I said, bantu knots, twist outs, flexi rods. If you put these products in your hair before you do any of those styles, go to sleep and wake up, it will just make for a very easy wash and go look, and your hair will be more defined and killing it. The next category is 4B. Your hair tends to have like sharp angles, like a letter Z tends to like boom, 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 boom. Very, very dominant in the strands of hair, and your hair can range from being very thin and wiry to very coarse. And like I said, the curls are tighter, less definition. So the best tips that I suggest for people with 4B type hair in order to maintain the moisture, because you have to remember, as your hair starts to become into this type 4 category, your hair tends to not to retain as much moisture as it needs. Curly hair tends to be extremely, extremely dry. That's why it's always good to have some kind of moisturizer, conditioner, milk, Even water itself tends to be a good moisturizer for curly hair because it tends to be very, very dry. Coconut oil is a great moisturizer for hair, so I suggest people in all the type 4 hair categories, not only 4B, but people in the type 4 categories to use coconut oil or any castor oil in order to maintain the natural oils from your scalp. Because when we tend to wash our hair, that's why my black girls, we don't wash our hair every day, because that shampoo tends to strip away all of the moisture that we have. And being that our hair is dry originally already from having curly hair, we don't want to strip any more oils from our hair. So coconut oil, castor oil, anything to put in your hair to lock in the moisture and to make sure that strand is healthy, you don't lose your natural oils, is a plus. So the last and final category is 4C type hair, okay? So 4C type hair is, and this type of hairstyle is densely packed hair too. Is a more denser type of hair than point B. Very dense, okay? Very thick. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful type hair, but also can be very difficult to manage unless you know what kind of products to use. So for 4C type hair, I suggest to use a creamy type of products, like a leave-in, either a leave-in type of conditioner, a leave-in type of milk, a leave-in, any leave-in products, a leave-in treatment. I suggest you use any of that to maximize the protection of your hair, because like I said, because this is the last type of hair, it tends to be the most driest and the most delicate. So make sure you take really good care of your hair, comb it consistently, because tangles can also pull out your hair. And make sure, for all of my girls with all these for this type of hair, make sure that you put either a silk sheet pillow on a silk pillowcase on your pillows, or a silk bonnet on your hair, because cotton tends to pull out our hair a lot of the times. So because this hair is so delicate, it needs to be highly, highly protected. So any type of leave-in treatment, leave-in conditioner, leave-in milk is going to be crucial for people with this type of hairstyle in order to maximize out their protection. And that is all the hair type, you guys. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys learned something. Hopefully the pictures help. Really look at the strand of your hair and compare it to the pictures that I show in this video. And like I said, if you have two different type of hairstyles, that's perfectly fine. Just take the tips from this video and try to apply it into the products that you buy. Like I said, it ranges from 1 to 4. So these are all different type of broad spectrum for my girls with hair. So make sure you protect it, keep it healthy, keep it intact, keep it moist, keep it the way you need in order to have beautiful, lush hair. Because as us girls, we know our hair is kind of like our prized possession. It's kind of like our security blanket. So we want to make sure it is good and always fierce and ready to go. So I hope you guys like this video. Comment below if you want any more other videos that you suggest for me to do. Again, we're coming back with this bangers every week. So make sure you subscribe to my video, and thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Peace!